Hi Scorpio, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelly and welcome to your October 2025 reading. If you've been here before, welcome back guys, and if you're new here, join the fam. We'd love to have you guys be part of our collective. All right Scorpio, so pretty much what I've gotten so far are animals. So I have two decks that are animal based, and your meditation was also about animals. In my short meditation, I had a cat that was cleaning itself. And then I had a person who was meditating on the ground. The person looked like a Tibetan monk, but while he was meditating, a dog came and tried to paw at him and sort of got up on his shoulders like this. And he started doing this, trying to get the dog away from him. I started thinking, were you not able to fulfill your spiritual practice because of outside influences? But then it was too cute and sweet for it to be that. And then I saw just the monk, and this monk was still in meditation pose, but then I saw the energy around him and it was huge. And then I saw these enormous angel wings behind him. And I'm like, wow, this person's really tapped in, and the angels are like surrounding him. And then I realized, no, it wasn't an angel behind him. It was like a phoenix behind him. And that's where I got the wings from. So I'm like, holy moly, this person is rising like the phoenix. Are you rising like the phoenix, Scorpio? Are you calling in phoenix spirit? So then I saw a small dog wagging its tail. And then I saw another dog just come out of nowhere from here. Again, we're in all darkness. We're like in shadow and in the cosmos, and I don't know where we were. But I knew like a dog just appeared coming around a corner and kept going. And I saw its longer tail with some bushiness at the end, and I knew it was a husky. Now that I don't know if it was a synchronicity for me, or if that's a specific synchronicity for someone. So I was like, I gotta pull out of here because all I'm seeing are dogs, with the exception of one cat and one phoenix. There were dogs everywhere. It was funny. So yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know how much of this was influenced by the decks that I needed to get, or if this is just a continuation of what Spirit is saying or telling me which decks to choose. Like this is, and then I even thought about like, why do people choose animal decks? I love choosing animal archetype decks so that you can get an idea of like the energy or the people around you and all of that, like what you're feeling and experiencing. But I also chose Tarot of Curious Creatures deck. Oh my god, I couldn't remember. So yeah, the Tarot of Curious Creatures, which are anthropomorphized animals. So do you feel more comfortable with animals? Are animals giving you all the love and attention you need right now? Are you seeing yourself separate from the world? Are you kind of retreating away from everyone? Or do you just not recognize your life and those around you? And that could be indicative of some really big change, because I did have the Phoenix. So maybe you're in that in-between stage of not being who you were, and not being yet the new version of yourself either. So you're stuck between worlds. So that's why I'm not being given people. There's something here of the reason. There's something here about, this is not so clear cut that it's about friendship and companionship and all of that. There is something here specifically of why you would identify with animals right now and not people. And I don't think it's so clear cut that you're like a vet or your life revolves around your animals. I'm not picking that up because I think that would come across quite clearly. This is you seeing yourself through the lens of animals, of what animals represent, of what animals do. And maybe that's an easier way to pass judgment on yourself or to understand yourself instead of using other people as examples. This is the first one for me, Scorpio. This definitely is a first one for me. Really, really, really cool. So thank you. I love firsts. So let's get some of these cards. I am going to should I start with an animal deck first? Yeah, let's start with the animal power deck first. For Scorpio, please, Spirit, October 2025. What do we need to see? What do we need to know? Just want to make sure nothing flipped. Bottom of the deck, we have Tiger. Embrace touch and sensuality. Scorpio. Do you feel out of touch with your human animal side? Oh my God. Is this a love reading? You are the sensual sign, hon. Is this you finding your sensual side again, your healthy sensuality? I don't know what words I can say without getting flagged. Have you been underwhelmed in those areas for a while, or that area in your life hasn't been a priority, so you're just, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to try to get through this reading. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I already know it. I already know it's going to be an interesting one. So I just started watching the show Platonic. And I just saw... So if you haven't seen the show, I may be giving you away a little bit. I'm sorry. And this person is having doubts of marrying someone because they don't have a healthy love life. I'll say that. I'll say it in that way. And yeah. And it becomes a thing. So I wonder if that's something that you're going through, because I just saw that episode last night, and here we are. And that's, boom, what came to my mind. So is that something? Or they also had conversations about, being a little older and it's just not that way anymore. That's not necessarily abnormal, and relations ebb and flow and wane over time type of thing. That could be something that's going on here. And your subconscious is saying, hey, I'm here. I may have been dormant for a bit, but I'm still here. I need to be fed. I need to be watered. So that's one way of tackling this reading already. And the second way of tackling this reading is that you feel so buttoned up in your life that you haven't let your wild side come out in a long time. You've been so straight and narrow. I just got, like, you've been working so much and so adulting life that you haven't even allowed that version of you that just wants to run wild, wants to have a crazy night, wants to break some rules type of thing. And you feel stifled in that way. Let's see. Already got a lot. All right. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, tiger. All right, tiger. All right. Well, you know what? Since we're talking about animals, let's do another one of these underneath the deck. Snail. Lean into true intimacy. Holy moly, guys. This is definitely love. This is definitely, if it's not love, this is, you know, just, this is sexual health. This is all those good things. This is intimacy. I think that maybe in this month of October, you're going to maybe reignite intimacy in your relationship. And if not, you're going to talk about it with your partner. You're going to seek intimacy. So you may be out on the prowl, you know, meeting people, getting back into the dating scene. Those are wonderful things. I want to make that clear. I value those things, and I want to make that clear. So if this conversation is uncomfortable for you, this may not be your reading. So I am very big on body positivity and everything that encompasses. So my take on this and my support on this is unequivocally positive. Not that there's going to be anything, you know, indecently said, but if this is not how you feel about these things, or you're uncomfortable talking about these things, then definitely, you should definitely maybe check out the next one for you, hun. And if you do decide this is not for you, it's going to be a good month for you. All right, take care if that's the case. Now, for those of you that are still here and are interested, I think this is going to be awesome. I think that either you're going to decide that this relationship is worth saving, and, you know, but this is an important part of a relationship, of a romantic relationship. So, yeah. And if not, I think that you've been stifled a little bit and it's time for you to enjoy yourself. I think October is going to, I feel like you're at your limit. You're at a limit of frustration. And that limit is going to have to be satiated in one way or another. So yeah, let's see what else is coming for you. But I love what this says. Lean into true intimacy. You know, this could also be a person who is not happy with the lack of intimacy in relationships, right? That maybe it truly is physical and you don't have any of the other good stuff. So, you know, you want to be loved, you want to be comforted, you want to be nurtured, in addition to having that wonderful part. So I can definitely see it that way too. There is something missing when it comes to a relationship with another person or with other people. And either it's one-sided, either there's a drought, or either you're yearning to let yourself be free in some way and you haven't in a while. You guys have had so much change, and you've also have had a lot of growth and success recently, Scorpio. And if you've seen any of the other readings, you know that it's never about anything like this. So it's kind of cool to have a new type of reading for you. I think you'll often see a lot of readings kind of geared in this fashion for the Scorpio collective, and I don't necessarily ascribe to those type of stereotypes. So yeah, so let's keep moving. Let's do one of these astrology cards for the Scorpio collective. 5. Whoa, that's 2. Bottom of the deck, we have the waxing gibbous moon. Nurturing, patience, refinement. I just said nurturing. Yeah, I think that you are, it's so funny because I see all of those words, but opposite of each other. Like you're looking for a nourishing relationship because you don't have one. You are kind of done with being patient in another type of relationship. Wow. The refinement, absolutely. I think that's the balancing, right? Between nurturing and patience, and that's the balancing you're trying to do. That's the refinement that you're trying to do in your interpersonal relationship. You are trying to find, and you know what? It could even be a relationship with yourself. I'm thinking Two of Cups, but within yourself. In that divine love of allowing the lion to come out and not completely suppressing it in the Strength card. It's like that fine balance. Yeah, that's the refinement. You are balancing your needs. You are balancing your visceral, physical, and emotional needs in the month of October. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have mutable. Versatility, flexibility, and adaptability. Maybe you've been, I've had so many work-related readings for you. Maybe you feel a little bit burned out, like you're not flexible, that you haven't broken routine in a very long time. Yeah, maybe you haven't allowed your freak flag fly for a while. You haven't had fun. You haven't had a night out. You haven't cut loose. And Scorpio season is coming at the end of the month. So maybe somebody has a really big birthday idea brewing. All right, let's do a couple of these or one of these. All right, for Scorpio, please. What do we have, Spirit? Can I get one card, please, Spirit? One, two. The Dragon's Duel. Inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. Holy moly. Okay, I feel good then. I do. I feel good that I'm on the right path and that you and I are seeing each other. I feel you. I absolutely do. Yeah, you're looking for the passion and fire in your life again. But you want it balanced. It's like you want both worlds. You want to be able to be the career person that you are, but you also want to be able to, cut loose sometimes. You want to go to a concert sometimes and just be the headbanger that you were. There's something like that. Like you want to be able to relive some of your youthful moments or days or activities, in a balanced way though. I keep getting the balance. It's like you want to be able to do both. You're a successful person, but you also don't want to always be a successful person and be a button-up type of person for every day, every hour of the day. And then, of course, the morality. The morality definitely is coming out here. Do you only want to be in loveless relationships? Do you only want to be in relationships that are based on the physical and not anything else? Is that enough for you? Is it not enough for you? I don't know. It's you questioning. It's you coming to terms with yourself, because at this moment right now, you're not feeling fed. You're not feeling satiated. You're not feeling whatever it is that's happening, it's not enough for you. You're wanting more. You're being left with, you're still hungry for more. So again, it's the balance. So whatever it is that you have too much of, you need less of. You don't want all or nothing. I absolutely don't feel that at all. I think you're definitely feeling Libra and the balancing of the scales in your life, but you are realizing that what you have today though is not enough. And it needs to be more balanced for you to be happy. Happier. Really, really, really cool. Okay, I'm going to do one of these. This is my deck, the Sunlit Path. My shipment is on its way, so I'm really excited about that, and more information will be coming. For Scorpio, please. And I actually do have animal cards in here too, so I have a whole set. We'll see if anything else comes up for you. Anything else? No? Alrighty. Bottom of the deck, Ansu's eloquence, divine communication, truth and flow of wisdom, networking, communication, power of words. This is you finally speaking your mind. It's like that show that I just saw last night. It's you broaching the subject with your partner that you need more of something. Like that you would like to have a more intimate relationship, or that you would like to have a more physically intimate relationship. One or the other. Again, the duality, the dueling dragons over here. Like this is you being honest with yourself of your needs and what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you're missing. Because you know what? Sometimes we can't answer the question of what is it that you want. And we so often get kind of stuck and kind of like taken aback that we're actually being asked, like, oh my gosh, like, what are my needs? But we often know what it is that we don't like. We often know what it is that bothers us. Quite clearly and quickly can we respond to that question. You're like, I know what I don't. I mean, again, it's being honest though. Like we sometimes don't want to acknowledge those things, but it doesn't mean that we don't know what they are. Push comes to shove and you're going to be honest with yourself or your partner, or with someone who isn't your partner and you want them to be, or just, yeah, about what it is that you want. I think that you want to be, I think you want your soul to be fed and to feel alive in your physical body and in this physical world by your birthday. What's underneath here? Dagaz, yes. This is where you are. You're right there. You're about to be blossoming in truth. This is the dawn, the daybreak. Like you're waiting for that new day to rise. You are at that meeting point between night and day. Breakthrough, renewal, balance point between opposing forces. Holy moly, guys. Inner spark and intuition. Forget about everything else. The balance point between opposing forces. That's all I've been saying. It's the balancing. It's the dueling dragons. It's you trying to figure out how to have both. You know, can I have both? I want both. Forget about can. I want both. Let's figure out how to do it. That's what I'm getting from you. I'm getting you to be very, again, kind of fed up. And you're like, I need more. I am bored. I am freaking bored. Or I want to be loved. Like you watched Harry Met Sally and you're like, I want a friendship also, in addition to the other stuff. It's like wanting what you don't have and knowing that there's a way to get it, and pushing yourself and waiting for you to have that conversation and asking for what you want. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do an emotion card too. I've done that with the other ones. I've done these two with the other readings. An emotion card for the month. Whoa. All right, no to all of these. Yes to these. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? Guys, I am loving the energy and everything about this reading, because I just had a really, really heavy reading. This is so much fun, and my energy is souped up. I feel on fire. Craving. Yeah, you are craving. You're craving, period. I'm not going to even elaborate on this. You are craving. When you feel strong desire and yearning, Whoa. Caring underneath there, upset, and moral. Again, complacent. Oh my God. Everything that we just said and did. That's so crazy, especially with the moral high ground and the moral card, the morality that came out in some other card. This is you reevaluating your own morals. This is you it's funny because I had that whole conversation to the part of the collective that may have turned off watching this video. You know, I made mention, I stopped the video to do that because I didn't want to, you know, trounce on their morals, or I wanted to give them a heads up that this may be uncomfortable for someone who is weary about speaking about these topics. But I wasn't going to stop speaking on it, obviously. They could make the decision of walking away or not. So, maybe you are coming face to face with a person who has different morals than you, who has different opinions than you when it comes to love and sex and all these other wonderful things. You know, yeah, I can see how it would be a difficult conversation to have with Ansus, right? There's aversion, exasperated, and reluctant. Holy moly, guys. Yeah, I think that you are, this reading is not for them. This reading is for you. This is you figuring out if you can continue doing what it is that you're doing, or if it's you personally, right? Needing to live more, to let the wildness out of you a little bit. You know, how do you do that? That's where you're going to have that deep introspection and have the conversations, have the plans, buy some tickets to a concert. I don't know, call some buddies up, see what you can do to scratch that itch. You know, not everybody's in the same place. Not everybody was raised the same way. Not everybody has the same desires. You know, sexual health is a very unique thing, and it's different for everyone. And I just want to make it clear that my views and what I'm saying and my comments are about healthy, respectful, legal, age-appropriate relationships, period. All right, so let's see here. You know what? I forgot. I'm going to do a couple charms for you. Did that for everybody else. Let's do it for you, Scorpio. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. Those are good. Okay. So, the charms reflect everything we've been talking about. We are definitely talking about yang energy. You do not need to identify as a male. I am talking about the energy. I think that Scorpio is going to be experiencing a desire to project male energy, divine masculine energy, period. And I am very grateful to Spirit for just corroborating this over and over again. The first charm that fell out, they both fell out, but is the soldier with a bazooka rocket. I hope that some of you guys out there are laughing your butts off because I am this close to not being able to get through this reading. Yeah. And this is a cap with open and close. And all I'm seeing is someone's taking a lid off of something, right? Yeah. You guys are wound very tight and you are looking to You're looking to express yourself, to express and live out your desires. Again, I don't know how it's going to apply. It could apply that you want more of something, you want less of something, you need more of something in your life, or you need less of something in your life. You need less restrictions, you want more restrictions. You need more downtime because all you do is work. You need a romantic partner because all you do is hang out with your friends. How funny with all the animals, right? Maybe you're just that monk who would literally have the control, right, of a monk was breaking his meditation to push away a dog that was bothering him during his meditation, which would never happen. So, yeah, even a monk could not contain or keep his concentration during meditation. So I think that some of you actually may have met someone who is driving you crazy in the best way possible. Someone that you can't stop thinking of and that you want to be with. Someone who has rocked your world and you are just, you can't keep your mind off of them. That just came to me. This is pretty amazing. Now, I want to go back. I think it's Animal Instincts on steroids. All right. So this is the tarot. Let's do a simple tarot spread for you. For Scorpio, please, Spirit, month of October. The current energy for October, the energy that's influenced it in the past energy that's influenced it. There we go. I'm all flustered. Oh gosh. What are we letting go of? What are we, what is it that you should focus on? And moving forward, what are we looking at? Where are you headed? Bottom of the deck. Oh, that's breaking there, so I definitely have to see there. I'm going to hold on to it. The Four of Cups. This is temptation. This is temptation. You are going to be tempted. Because she sees the 3 cups next to her, but there's like, she's not completely focused on them. She's kind of like this, but you know, like she sees the other cup coming over here, and she's being tempted. She is being tempted. No question. And I love the fact that she's a rabbit with fertility and, yeah, yang energy. This broke here and I wanted to see what this was. The 9 of Cups. Yeah, you want to drown in whatever this is. You want the 9 of Cups. You want this wish fulfillment. You want these desires. You want to satiate your thirst for whatever it is that you are desiring. I love this reading, and I hope that you guys do too. This is so cool, and it's so much fun, and I think I'm tapping into people who could actually appreciate how funny this is and how awesome this is. And also, I hope I'm literally putting words to what you're feeling. I really, really do. I absolutely do. I'm going to actually take a look at what's underneath there. The 6 of Cups. The morality that keeps spreading in here. The morality that keeps coming up in this. Either yours or someone else's. It's like creating also another moral code for yourself. Changing your views on things, right? Because morality is just how you were raised, the mores that you're raised around, and what was inculcated in you. So this could be you redefining your morals, changing what you thought was right, or seeing that certain morals really don't hold as much water for you anymore. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at your oracle cards. The Beetle. Think optimistically. Absolutely. But there is a thing about beetles, right? With scarab beetles that mean everlasting life. And I think all I got, not think optimistically. All I kept thinking is you are caught up in a obsessive loop about this everlasting life. Like you are, this is something that's been plaguing you for a while and you can't get rid of it. But you will in the month of October. This is what you're working on. This is like your game plan for October. This is your game plan. Oop, my desert rose fell. All right, that's what I got for this card. Then we have Koala with Let Go. He looks like he's hugging that tree for dear life. And I think you're being asked to let go of what you are. Maybe it is. I was going to say that maybe it is some antiquated morals or morals that just no longer sit well with you anymore. Or it's letting go of that relationship, or it's letting go of what's holding you back from seeking what you want. Because if it is that you're working so hard and it's like all work and no play, why is that? Maybe you've reached a certain status and it's embarrassing to say that you like certain things, or you really can't be seen out on the town, or you don't want to go to a singles bar, or you don't want to get on a dating app. Like what is it that you're holding on that's keeping you from not experiencing what it is that you want to experience? I just got even a funny thing. Like you're, I don't know, a 33-year-old attorney, and you're like, I can't go to a manga convention. I can't go to the comic book store anymore. I mean, that's embarrassing. Like I'm above that. It's not who I am anymore. I don't want people to see me that way. Or really, does it really matter? Does it? Or lying about the fact that, you like video games. I just got this, and I'm going to say it. It's like you're, I hate to, it's such a silly thing, but an older woman who normally just drinks like the nicest wine, but really is craving a beer. Yeah, it's something like that. I know that's kind of silly, but that's what came forward. There could be a concern about perception and judgment from others. It would make sense with all the morality that's been here. Yeah. Then we're looking at the Moon card, emotions, instincts, and subconscious. This moon is going to be crazy. It's like a million things rolled into one. I think it's a full moon in Mars, I think. And then, oh my gosh, I just said Mars, and I don't know if it's in Mars. Do not quote me. I don't know. But I do know that it's like a triple type moon. Aries. I was just talking about Mars. Then you have Aries. This is the divine masculine. This is the energy. This is the energy. It's funny, right? Divine masculine with the moon. Trailblazing, innovative, fearless. I mean, this is the yang energy that I am feeling so strongly. I feel it in a very healthy way. I really do. I don't feel any toxicity from it whatsoever. It's quite beautiful. It feels very invigorating, but it does feel very stifled, and it's like wanting to get out. And I think, Scorpio, that's where you're going to be headed. And that's where you are now. I would say this is building and has been building for a while, and this is your month to figure it out. Figure out what it is that you want, need, and desire, and you're going to go after it. Because I don't think that you can hold back anymore from wanting to find some love, joy, and happiness. Something that's going to spark your inner fire again. Like the desire is so big that it's not going to stop pestering you until it's satisfied. Then we have the chess queen, trust and strategizing. Yeah, I think you're trying to figure out what it is and how to have these conversations. I think that you're trying to figure out yourself. You know, it's funny. I think you're playing chess with yourself. It's that balancing. Maybe this is where you've been actually. The queen mode, strategizing, creating, because I keep getting that from work. Like you're successful in your own right. You're sort of like letting things happen to you, or just keep nurturing what your status quo is. Your status quo in a relationship, your status quo in your life, in your lifestyle, in your habits. You know, doing the same thing every day. Work, home, dinner, maybe throw in working out somewhere and sleep and starting all over again. Like your weeks don't seem very different. And I think this month is about you saying no more to this. I need some spontaneity. I need some fire. I need more. And it's not that you're changing your life upside down. Again, this is you balancing. You are a Scorpio that is trying to have it all and trying to figure out how to have it all. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, you're not going to extremes. You're not doing anything to an extreme. And then we have the resting tree, patience and stillness. Yeah, I think this is where I think that you have been patient and still. This is where you're coming out of. We got another animal. Ah, holy moly. All right, we got another animal, and that almost fell on the ground. Call upon or embody fox spirit. Strategic, playful, adaptable, and swift action. Another strategy. Oh my goodness. This I just got could be, being a foxy person, being a sexy fox. This could be your strategy of winning this person over that's completely distracting you. The person that you are dreaming of. This could be you implementing a strategy of how to lure them with your Scorpio ways. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Absolutely. I definitely can see that. But I think this is even more so you trying to figure out. All I'm thinking now of is Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, and, saying like, think, 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 think. You're trying to think of all the ways that you can make your desires a reality. And also, I think that there is a little bit of fear here. I do. That's why you've been so patient. That's why you're in this stillness. If it's a relationship that you love, if you're in a relationship with a person that you love and you think is really good for you, and that you guys have so many entanglements, I think there could be some nervousness about rocking the boat. Like, things are good. Do I really make an issue out of our intimate life right now? What if I hear something that I don't want to hear? What if that conversation leads to us breaking up? Or if you're in a completely non-emotional relationship, you don't want to mess up a good thing potentially either. You don't want to lose out on having fun with this person if you bring up the idea of, I don't know, being emotionally attached, dating for real, putting labels on it, getting married, having kids, telling them that's what you want ultimately in life. And maybe that makes you scared of losing them, and the idea of not having them in your life is scarier to you than getting your emotional needs met. It's up to you to decide if that's fair or not. Then we have vicious and upbeat. He looks so hungry and he looks so happy. I think that you're going to be satiated in the month of October. I think you're heading, you've decided, I really feel like it's like, this is where you've been and you've decided to move forward in attaining what it is that you want. And I think that you're going to be happy with the outcome. I do. I really, really do. So Scorpio, with all that said, what are we looking at then for the overall energy for the month? King of Swords, knowing what to do. Absolutely. This is you balancing. This is you being diplomatic about the situation and figuring it out. This is the judge. This is the attorney. This is the mediator, the one that's trying to make sure that everyone's happy. Maybe that's where all this strategizing is coming in because of him. Thinking outside of the box, not being flustered, but being very fair, very fair. And I think that's what you're going to be doing. Look at the way he's sitting there thinking. I hope you don't get stuck there though forever. He looks like he's just deep in thought and he's not even holding his sword yet. Don't get stuck here. This is air. We want you to move into the fire. So what past energy has influenced this? Temperance. Holy moly. These cards are amazing. It's beautiful to see the story be laid out in front of us the way it has. Yeah, your temperance. This is classic you tempering your needs, your desires, you tapping down the flames that you've wanted to stoke, have led you to this overthinking maybe. Wow, I just thought that. Like, it brought you to the point of you rethinking your status quo. Status quo in a relationship, status quo at work, status quo social life, status quo romantic life, everything. I think that you are done being patient and complacent. That word came up also in one of these cards. Complacent and just thinking nothing will change, or should you even try to change things at this point, at this stage in your life? And I think the answer is yes. And I'm not saying that as an opinion. I am saying your cards are saying, yeah, you've decided yes. You deserve more. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be fulfilled. There's no question. There is no question that you deserve to be happy in your life. So what is it that you should let go of then in the month of October? The Page of Swords. Yeah. These cards are hilarious. I need for you to follow me. Scorpio. She is a hummingbird. A hummingbird flies from flower to flower over miles on a daily basis. This hummingbird is not. She is sitting here with books that are strewn all around her. And all I understand from this card is quite clearly this hummingbird wants to be a hummingbird. But she's realized she can't learn and live vicariously through these books of what it is to be a hummingbird. She needs to fly the coop and go and be a hummingbird. Yeah. You are being asked to stop thinking about this and go and do it. Stop dreaming, desiring what it is that you want, and start living it. Books will only tell you so much. You know, a relationship that is 80% fulfilling is 20% unfulfilling. And you don't know if it can become 100% fulfilling unless you try, unless you broach those subjects, unless you ask for what it is that you desire, that you want. Stop dreaming of all the flowers that you can go and enjoy yourself. This could be even a person who hasn't dated in so long, recently divorced, and has just started to dip their toe in the dating field and has been researching every single dating app imaginable instead of just putting themselves on a dating app. Or has been sitting there scrolling on a dating app and not going on any dates. It's time to do, not think. It's time to live, not just in your mind, not just in your dreams, but actually live here in the 3D. Being human is a gift that we give to ourselves. And loving and being loved is one of the greatest perks about being a human being. Go enjoy it. So what is it then you should focus on in October? The Lover's card. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Focus on this. Focus on the choices that you are making in your relationships so that they are as harmonious and completing and fulfilling as they possibly can be. There's not much more for me to say. Oh my goodness. Look above the number 6 and you see the red feathers. And what did I say about like a huge... Remember what I said about the huge wings that I thought were angel wings behind the monk? And then it turned out to be a phoenix, the wings of a phoenix behind the monk. That's what they look like. You are being guided and you are being told, become the phoenix. Rise from these ashes and become the phoenix. Go. This is what you want. Go after it. Fire, 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 fire. Okay. So, where are you headed then towards the end of the month? The Page of Pentacles. Ooh, building what you want. Seeing and making the decision of where you want to go and going in that direction. Building, following the crumbs, I just heard. Following the crumbs to your fulfillment. The crumbs have been laid out in front of you. You already know what it is that you want. You've laid them out yourself, for yourself. You already know where it is you want to go. Start on that journey, step by step. I love that it's a page though. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's youthful. It's invigorating. It's learning. It's not stuck in their old ways. Not second guessing everything and strategizing about everything. Like there is a maturity that's being asked to be toned down in your personal life. Like let yourself be foolish. Let yourself be immature. Let yourself fall in love. Start calling your partner schmoopy. You know, start letting yourself be silly in public. Let yourself go to a Star Trek convention if that's what you want. Even if you're like a really successful, I don't know, attorney in the day. It's okay to be different. It's okay to embrace the nerd. It's okay to embrace, I don't know, theme parks. It's okay to really enjoy Barbie. It's okay to collect things that you would not necessarily tell everybody about. And those are your things. Those are your toys. Who do you have to impress? Not only that, but if you're buying them for yourself and you're providing for yourself and you're living a responsible, healthy life, who cares? It's your life. It's no one else's. You know, there's a point when you have to be authentically you and allow yourself to enjoy those things that bring you joy and comfort, especially in this world, especially when there are so many things in life that are so depleting. If you can find joy in things that do not harm others, then why not? Scorpio, I hope that you live your life to the fullest this month and next month, because that's Scorpio season. You guys have been working so hard, and I know that from your past readings. It's time for you to live it up a little bit and not make excuses for it and not apologize to anyone for wanting to be happy. All right. Till next time, we'll see where you are. All right. Bye-bye.